You can't really call yourself a man if you do not have sexual discipline.
Yeah.
Why am I saying that? Sexually disciplined man can achieve so much more than a man who is constantly promiscuous, who thinks only about his ejaculation, whether it's through porn, through woman, or through masturbation. If you are not able to retain that seed inside of you, you will never reach your highest potential. Now, don't get me wrong, you can achieve a lot even if you are promiscuous. There are exceptions to the rule, but I'm talking for most men, you need a certain level of sexual discipline. Obviously, if you're younger, you think all of this is bullshit. But my friend, is it really worth it? Think about it. When you don't have sexual discipline, you are pursuing ejaculation at any cost. And ejaculation is nothing more than short term pleasure. It lasts a few seconds. Don't tell me as a man, maybe you have watched porn. Maybe you have pursued a woman just for casual sex. And you had it. You ejaculated through porn or you ejaculated with the woman. You look back and think to yourself, it was really not worth it. What a waste. We all have thought about this, but we all fall prey to this vicious cycle. That even though we feel this, that shame, that guilt of that waste of time, not even that waste of time, that unworthiness of our time, but we keep on going on the merry-go-round, pursuing aimlessly the same thing, which is ejaculation. And obviously, there are things in your brain that are wired for you to keep on going. But you still have a conscious choice to choose a bit of discomfort for a lot of fulfillment. And by discomfort, I'm telling you, my friend, that you should choose not to ejaculate as often. Definitely not watch porn. To have discipline when it comes to your urges, to not give in. Your urges should not be in control of you. Your ejaculation should not be in control of you. An ejaculation should be consciously chosen. That's not by me. That's by David Didier, the author of The Superior Man. Even as a woman, if a woman can control you with sex, she knows she can control you with what she has between her legs. She will lose respect for you because she knows she has power over you. She can dangle it in front of you and know that you just bark at her like a dog until you get what you want. That is something that we do to ourselves as men. We masculine ourselves, but we have the power not to give in to those urges. I'm talking with men with more experience, maybe. If you're a man and you withhold sex from a woman for whatever reason, it will make her want you more because women are not used to that. I'm not saying you should play game, but I'm talking about the experience. When you are desperate for sex, that's when it will be harder for you to have sex. But when you withhold, when you're more disciplined, a woman will want you more. Funny how it works. I'm not saying that's why you should have sexual discipline. I'm telling you there's benefits to sexual discipline. You are more wanted by the opposite sex. And even for men, they respect you more. Can you trust a man who is constantly thinking about ejaculating with women or with porn or both? How can you respect that? I'm not saying you should not be friendly with a man who has fallen prey to those unwholesome activities. But I'm telling you, you respect the man that is more masculine, that is more sexually disciplined. When you see a man like Jacko Willing, I don't think any of us would think of him as a man we do not respect. We see him, we hear him speak, and we feel what emanates from him, that aura that emanates from him. And there's only respect that can come out from other men. Same thing goes for David Goggins. You see men who are disciplined, who are sexually disciplined, who know that those things are just bonus in their life, not the main thing in their life. It's not the number one priority. And I'm telling you, yes, we live in a hypersexual society that normalize also behavior. We live in a sexually liberated society. But having the freedom to desire is not the same as having the freedom from desire. And we should aim as men, as masculine men, to have sexual discipline and to have the freedom from desire, not the freedom to desire. That's what we get with sexual liberation. The freedom to desire is restlessness, is guilt, shame, and comfort, too much comfort. And we should seek this comfort. Now, don't get me wrong. I strongly believe that porn should not have a place in a man's life. And OnlyFans, all those things related to porn. Sex is different. Sex is a worthwhile activity when it's done properly with a woman, when you have a connection. I'm not saying you should be married or be in a long-term relationship. I'm not a prude. But you should choose a person that you at least like. Then you can have sex, which would be a byproduct of that connection. And I'm not saying you cannot date multiple women, but I'm saying that you should have a certain level of discipline when it comes to sex. That's all I'm saying. So you can be a more masculine man and you can become unstoppable in other endeavors you pursue in your life. My friends, I've been in that hookup culture. I objectify women to the max. All I'm trying to say is by being more sexually disciplined, you can see women as human beings. You can not have porn in your life and you can really reach your highest potential. That's all I'm saying. Thank you so much for listening. I'm Sebastian, your addiction recovery coach. I'm here to help those of you who want to desexualize their mind and give up porn. Links are in the description box below. Telegram, WhatsApp, wherever you want to reach out. Thank you so much, and I'll see you very soon.